Hello everyone, and welcome back to OPCloud's feature. And in today's session, we're going to talk about how to connect and use MQTT protocol in order to simulate our models and having some fun with Arduino or ESP or any other kind of IoT devices. Let's start with the beginning. In today's session, we're going to use an example model of a simple IoT system called Optimal Light Power Consumption Performing. This system, as it can be seen, has two LDRs, meaning light resistors, and one microcontroller in order to do the calculation. We have our LED bulb and the room surrounding light intensity in order to keep us at the room at the same level with optimal power consumption. We can see that the benefit for the user is using the electric power consumption from high to low, and it is a system that goes again and again and again with infinite loop with the self-invocation. The second level is doing some conceptual modeling. First, we have the light intensity sensing. It gets the room surrounding levels. Then we're doing the power supply calculating. In this way, we're getting an average of two sensors and then using it to define how much power we want to send to our system. We have the power amount needed, and then we deliver it with the MQTT protocol. And in the lowest level, we have the actual sensing. We have sensing of LDR1, doing MQTT subscribing into LDR1 topic, and LDR2 doing subscribing to LDR2. And we're using the function of average to average between them. Now, let's see how we're connecting this system to an actual Arduino and using the MQTT protocol and the built-in mechanism within OPCloud. First, you will notice that we have the MQTT button here on the secondary toolbar. As you can see, it defines to connect to a local host, and it has a port. How it is defined specifically in your OPCloud, you can go to Preferences, going to OPCloud setting, and here you will be having the option to configure the ROS server and the MQTT server. The default are localhost and a specific port. Of course, you can change it according to your preferences and specific machines and according to your organization admin settings. Now, in OPCloud, we have an example server. You can go to the quick user guide menus, and you will be able to see that we have MQTT and ROS connection WebSocket server and other server for your use. And we will be using those server of MQTT in order to see our example. Here, you will be able to see that we will connect to a specific server. So I have created OPCloud server. This is the server of the broker. And we have the server of the connection between OPCloud and the broker. And of course, we have the actual Arduino or actual ESP, in my case, to connect it. Here you can see that we're connecting and we have the MQTT according to our needs. Let's go back to OPCloud. Before we continue, we need to set up our connections. As you can see here, I will open it. We can have the MQTT. We have both publish or subscribe. We have the topic and we have the message that we takes according to the alias, as seen in previous examples. Now, let's connect to the MQTT. I've started the MQTT broker. I've started the OPCloud broker connection server, and the Arduino is already set with sending our data. So I will click on the MQTT, and you will see that MQTT WebSocket connection is established. Now we can go to our execution. Now we can start and select our sync execution in order to see our execution done. As you remember, I've already connected everything. Now let's see if it is working correctly. As you can see, it is subscribing to LDR1 and getting the value. Now it's subscribing to LDR2 and getting its value, doing average, and we're getting the average. Now, OPCloud will do the calculating and we'll start and see what happens in our server. Now, if we want to change, I now cover the sensing sensors. So in the coming sensors, you will see that it is much lower rate, meaning that we have less light, and the power consumption goes higher as it needs to output more power into our LED bulb. This will continue as long as we continue our simulation. So if I want to stop it, I will just click on stop. Now OPCloud will finish our calculation. You can see that it finished on the low, and now we can stop the simulation by exiting the simulation bar, clicking it again, and now we're back into our starting. We can close the connection to the MQTT server and continue as we want. I hope you understand and had a good time using OPCloud to connect to actual hardware. Thank you.